game already, and it seems like, as we talked about with this West Coast road trip, they're 2-1 thus far in a 4-game road trip, wrapping things up in Portland. It seems to be exactly what the Bucks needed.
Without a question. And look, last year they got into the playoffs. A lot of expectations for this Bucks team, particularly because they're young, and they kind of struggled. Giannis got off to a great start, but kind of hit a slide. They really didn't take that step forward like we all thought, at least the first month of the year. Bledsoe's come in. And I believe this. You go out west sometimes, you get rid of all the distractions at home, you really come together and bond as a team. And it certainly appears as if that's what's happening right now with this Bucks club.
But defensively, that was one of the areas that they needed to see improvement, especially when Eric Bledsoe was acquired. They're coming into this game the 18th ranked defensive rating in the NBA. But what is it that you have seen work well since Eric Bledsoe's acquisition?
Well, Kristen, 18th is not what Jason Kidd wants. He wants to be in the top 10 defensively. They have length, they have speed, and Bledsoe guarding the ball is as good as anyone. The length of Henson, of course, Antetokounmpo, they just can be so disruptive, take you out of your comfort zone on the offensive end, and now you're trying to make plays, and this is when they're at their best, getting steals, getting out in the transition, and of course getting easy baskets off of their defense. And so once again, just making life difficult, fronting the post, Thon Maker, weak side. You think you have an easy basket, the length of the Greek Freak, making a play on the defensive end. And of course, weak side, always being available, always being aware of what's happening, and just having the anticipation and getting out in the court. Look, 60 points for a team that's not a great shooting team, a lot of that's off of the defense of Milwaukee getting out in transition.
Well, you talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's right now ranked 11th in the league as far as blocks go, but he did it to both of this potentially all-star backcourt in Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. And like you said, you can never really feel safe when you drive inside and you've got a guy with length like that.
You got to be paranoid. I mean, you got to have a head on the swivel, because you know he's coming, and he takes 2 strides, he's at the rim. But you love that effort by him defensively. Sets the tone for your ball club.
Let's talk about those guys, though. The Portland Trailblazers backcourt. Just 5 points for each of these guys at the half. 2 of 11 from the field for CJ McCollum. 2 of 8 from the field for Damian Lillard. What exactly has to happen when the guys who typically carry you offensively are having nights like this one?
Well, with Portland, look, these guys have to play well for them to have a chance to win against anybody. At least one of them has to have the type of game that we're accustomed to. So both of them are struggling. A lot of that, of course, give credit to Milwaukee, the defense and how they're playing, forcing turnovers, making life difficult. Bledsoe, we see his offense 8 for 10 from the field, but defensively, he really competes on that. I played with him with the Clippers, and great athlete, really gets after it. So they will have to step up. I anticipate at least one of them will play better in the second half and give their team a chance.
Hard to believe there's still guys in the NBA who played when you were there.
Yeah, he was really, really young.
After the break, LeBron James and company. Hey, wait, you played against him?